Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, Bahashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shalom and salutations to all the Aquath that are listening and learning and being a pillar of rest. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you. We're going to start right here and go to Africa. Ezekiel 38 and 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, talking about Russia, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back. Who is thee? Russia, and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. We're talking about war here. What do you mean I will bring them forth? I will bring thee forth. The Most High put the Spirit on you to go into this war, World War III. Who are your allies in World War III? Okay, I will turn thee back, right? In your army, who else? Iran. There's Iran. There's Africa. All of Africa? Well, let's start with Ethiopia. And Africa. All of Africa? Okay, Libya. With them. With who? With thee. Who is thee? The land of Magog, Russia. Okay? Russia, Iran, Ethiopia, which is in Africa, Libya, which is in Africa, all of them, with who? With Russia, all of them with shield and helmet, meaning your armies. Okay? Turkey and all his armies, bands, right? The house of Syria of the north quarters and all his army. And who else? And many people with thee. Niger. Bunch of Nigers. My Niger. Many people with me. With thee, my Niger. Right? Okay, so let's watch this. This is going to be a quick one. This is CBN. I think it stands for Christian Broadcast News. Christian News Broadcast, whatever. CBN News 4 minutes ago. All right. This guy says, Viva, long live the revolution. Chaos spreading where? In Africa, as the land of Magog flags seen flying over Niger. It says Niger. It says Niger. It says Niger. It's neither. Wagner Group suspected. See that word? Let's watch this.
Chaos is spreading in Western Africa after Niger was taken over by a military...
Niger? What's that in my Niger? Run that again.
Chaos is spreading in Western Africa after Niger was taken over by a military government last week. Seen waving throughout the capital were Russian flags. One was even put atop the French embassy, which had to be evacuated after it was attacked. The U.S. has also ordered a partial evacuation of its embassy. The Russian flags are a clear sign that Niger and a number of African nations have
Niger and a number of African nations, and many with thee. Let's get that again real quick. Where'd it go? And many people with thee. Okay. Turkey and all his bands. Syria of the North Quarter and all his bands. And many people with thee. Even a bunch of Nigerians. The Nigerians, the Nigers, Niger, right?
Chaos is spreading in Western Africa after Niger was taken over by a military government last week. Seen waving throughout the capital were Russian flags. One was even put atop the French embassy, which had to be evacuated after it was attacked. The U.S. has also ordered a partial evacuation of its embassy. The Russian flags are a clear sign that Niger and a number of African nations have a new ally. While the Wagner Group's status in Russia remains unclear after its failed uprising against the Russian military leadership, Vladimir Putin is still using Wagner mercenaries.
Uh-oh, look at this. I think Ethiopia is right over here. There's Libya. There's Niger. Right here is Nigeria. Right? Too many niggers in here. I'll qualify that.
Changed the political landscape in Africa for Russia's benefit.
Already on the streets of Niamey in the capital, people have been outside waving Russian flags, saying that they welcome Wagner, they want Russia to come, and they want the French to leave.
Yevgeny Prigozhin's Wagner Group is operating in several African nations, and where Wagner goes, trouble usually follows. These surveillance photos from the French military show Wagner mercenaries burying bodies in Mali, where it's believed to have massacred more than 500 people last year. The Russian private army, known for its atrocities in Ukraine and designated a transnational criminal organization by the U.S. government, has taken its dirty work to Africa, where it offers its services to a number of governments, expanding Kremlin influence on the continent. South African Wagner expert Pauline Back says the Russian mercenaries only go where they're invited.
And be thou a guard unto them.
Providing services African leaders want.
It's not that Wagner just comes in and rolls into a country and does whatever it wants. It does this with the approval and often the blessing of the ruling elites. It provides private security to the people in power, offering military training to the army.
It's basically an organized crime syndicate that is operating on behest.
Of course, these people are going to say that. Hasn't your criminal organization been there for years? You and the French and Spanish and whoever else divided up that country? Great Britain? Now, it's a criminal organization.
The Russian government.
Retired FBI Special Agent Eric Karen is a security consultant for several African nations.
They're essentially Russia's KGB, operating throughout Africa, committing crimes, committing murder.
Western Africa now faces a possible war after a coalition of West African states vowed to restore Niger's president to power, while Mali and Burkina Faso vowed to defend the new military government. At the recent Russia-Africa summit in St. Petersburg, the military leader of Burkina Faso seemed very pleased to have his photo taken with Vladimir Putin.
You see that? Look at that. That's huge. That's jumping right out of the pages of the Bible. And many with thee.
Vladimir Putin. Whether there will be war or peace in Africa, the new winner is Russia. typified by signs held by protesters in Niger that say "Down with France, long live Putin." Dale Hurd,
Niger, huh? Let's get "Be thou a guard unto them." Okay. So it says Persia, this is Ezekiel 38 and 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, which is Turkey, and all his bands in the house of Syria of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee that weren't named, like whatever they're trying to say this word. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself. Who is thou? Russia. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, all of them. These are the ones that are assembled unto them. And be thou, who is thou? Russia. Be thou a guard unto them. Unto who is them? That's what we're watching. They're being a guard unto. They're holding up the flag. Hey, Russia, coming to help us out. Right? Coming to help who out? Anyway. All right. What is this word? What's this word? Okay. Niger. Niger. Which one is it? Well, let's consult the Bible real quick. What do you say? Shall we get this word out of the Bible? Let's see what the Bible says about this. Acts 13 and 1. Now they were in the church. In the what? In the church that was at Antioch. Where? Antioch. Certain prophets and teachers, Israelites, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. Yeah? Is calling prophet Simeon, that was called Niger. Simon Peter. Peter was called Niger. My Niger, my Niger. And Lucius of Cyrene and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. Saul is the apostle. Saul. Okay. My Niger, right? Well, what does this word Niger mean? It means definition. Definition. Precept upon precept. Let's go precept upon precept. This is Acts 11 and 26. And when he had found him, he had brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church that was at Antioch, and taught much people. And the disciples were called Nigerians first in Antioch. Huh? Go back. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Christian. Bunch of Christians. Yeah? Go back. And when he had found him, Acts 11 and 26, when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. When who? Saul. Barnabas. Same cast of characters. And when he had found him, brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people, and the disciples, the Israelites, were called Nigerians first in Antioch. That's precept upon precept. Now we'll go back here. Strong's. How do you say this? It says nig. It says nig. No, it says nij. Nij. It says nij. It doesn't say what it appears to say. Right? It doesn't say what it appears to say. Okay. We're going to do this here in a second. But first, let's do this. Does it mean black? Or does it mean a Christian? Here's a different source. Let's say that Niger means black, right? But what does a Christian, what word does a Christian, how do you say this word? There's a there's a country in Africa. Where's that damn thing? There's a country in Africa called this. Well, let's see. Let's find out. Take it away, devil.
Strong's G 3526. Niger. Niger.
How do you say that? This word, this country right here, and right here is Nigeria, Niger, Nigeria, huh? Hold on. Let me hear that again.
Strong's G 3526. Niger. Niger.
What does the word nigger mean? What does the word nigger mean? Definite. Oh, word origin. I mean, Latin, darker color. What is the definition? Is the definition nigger? There's a definition. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect are edified. We're watching the prophecies jump off the page here. Stay tuned. It's getting good. With that, we hope the elect are edified, you brothers and few sisters. With that, shalom.